Gilles, thanks so much for joining us. We're here on a gloriously sunny day at Merchant Taylor's training. Let's kick off with talking about the last two Champo games. You're 2 games in. Unfortunate result up at Northants, but let's talk about the positives from that one. It was a really strong, positive performance with plenty of intent. I guess it came down to a point where you had to roll the dice at the end, and sometimes they come off, sometimes they don't.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think there's too many negatives from that. I think the way we played was really, really good and encouraging. Ultimately, we wanted to get into a position where we can make a decision in the final day, which we did. And I thought the guys played some excellent cricket leading up to that. There are a few mistakes here along the way, which is obviously understandable in cricket, and that's how it goes. But I think the way we played, the focus, the energy, and also the drive and determination from all the players was excellent. And then trying to push for a result was just a really good sign of where this team wants to get to and what they need to do.
A few changes from previous sides. You must have been really pleased to see Josh De Caires come in and Joe Cracknell come in, both contribute with the bat and both deserve their runs.
Amazingly so, yeah. I think they've been a real input into the team, which has been fantastic. The energy that both of them have brought has been fantastic to see, and also their hunger and what they want to do. And them also, both of them stepping up to the plate and scoring some big runs. Unfortunately for Josh, he hasn't quite got that 100 yet, but I mean, 2 really, really good knocks that he's had so far have been incredible. And Crackers has just been top draw as well with his 100 he got at Northants, and then even the 30s, but more importantly his keeping and his energy has been top draw for us in these last 2 games. Has been a big standout.
As I say, you pulled the plug just before lunch on the final day, chasing that victory. Disappointing obviously not to get it, but Northants, I suppose, to their credit, deserved it.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, 2 guys batted really well, and for them to get 100 chasing in the 4th innings on the last day, that's a really good sign from their side. They batted really well, and you've got to give credit where credit's due. But we gave ourselves a chance, like we said, and we wanted to try and push. Both teams needed a win, and it was actually a good cricket match in the end.
Well, you took all of those positives up to Grace Road in Leicester, and wow, what a performance. You must have been absolutely delighted with how the boys performed up there. Previously unbeaten Leicester turned them over by an innings inside 3 days.
Yeah, amazing. Just the focus and the determination that we had, probably reflecting quite a bit on some of the key points at Northants, and then moving into Leicester at a quick turnaround, which helped us a bit. And everybody just stood up again. Everybody who contributed, even some of the younger guys who came in, and they made some huge impact for us as well. So it was a massive team performance with a lot of individual good performance as well, but altogether that team performance was brilliant, and everybody was so focused, determination, and it was brilliant to watch.
I talked to Richard Johnson a fair bit about this prior to your arrival, but we've got a really good blend of youth and experience here, and I suppose you were kind of forced into this to play both Navia and Noah, with Toby going down ill, but worked out brilliantly. I mean, that spell from Navia was a real game changer.
Yeah, he was incredible. Unfortunately, with Tobes going down like he did, but it shows just the depth of talent that we've got in the squad, where a guy like Navi can come in and step up to the plate like he did was also really, really good. And for a young guy like Noah also to come into the side and play was fantastic. And the way, like I said, the way that those 2 bowled along with the other bowlers, with Helmi and Higo, was incredible, and that really set us apart, and I think that was the big determining factor for that game.
He hasn't got a mention yet, but I'm going to have a word on Zafar Gohar. He got his first 5-wicket haul from Middlesex. He often goes about his business in a quiet way, unless it hits the pads, and then he gets quite voluminous. But phenomenal performance from Zafar.
Yeah, Zafar's a real competitor. It's also brilliant to see really he's coming to the side and just wants to win and do well.
Yeah.
He's a massive team man, and everybody feeds off that around him, which is excellent. And it's great to have him in the side. Not just his bowling, but his effort that he puts in the field and with the bat as well is also invaluable. And he's done really, really well. And I'm pleased that he got his 5 on some tricky conditions as well for bowling up at Northants, and he was fantastic. And he's just been brilliant for us, and it helps to have a guy like him in your team.
I guess it's with a little bit of frustration that you come out of that fantastic 3-day win against Leicester, and we've now got to take a break from the Red Bull stuff, but obviously attention now turns to the Blast. What have you seen in amongst this side in 2 games that you can take into the Blast?
I just think the passion and determination. We've got a squad here that is hungry to do well and wants to do well in all competitions, and I think we do have a team that can fight for each competition, which is fantastic. It is a bit frustrating, but that's the beauty of county cricket, and you have these things, and it's the nature of the beast, and everybody has to go through it. But yeah, we're also excited. It's great to play T20 and change it up a little bit. The squad changes not a huge amount, so we'll take a lot of the positives and stuff that we've done and the way we've played in the 4-day stuff and take all of those into the next block of T20.
You sat on the sidelines watching your first 2 days, I think it was. You were at Lords watching us beat Essex, and then you were at the Oval watching us lose out to Surrey. I don't think you can read too much into that Surrey result, because they're an absolute machine at the moment. But that Essex performance was a real nail-biter, and we really held our nerve and showed a lot of the qualities that we wanted to see for the last 6 games of this campaign.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how we want to play. I think just the thing that stood out to me was how smart we were when we went about it, and often in T20 games when it is tight, you know, the team who's the calmest or the smartest on the day will come out with the result at the end. We can focus and really have that determination, similar to what we've done in the Forest, have the real focus and determination and the smartness about our cricket. I think it will put us in good stead for the next coming games. We've got obviously a lot of tough games and we've got a lot of work to do into that, but there's no doubt that we just play at the level and intensity that we need to play out. We can have some good results.
This might not be one you want to answer, but just looking ahead at your aspirations for the rest of this campaign, that win at Leicester puts us, I think, 29 points behind Derby in second. We're still in contention if we get a good run going in the Blast. Are you still hopeful that we can achieve the objectives we set out at the start of the season?
I think so. You know, if we just keep on doing what we're doing. One of the main keys that we've done, what we've tried to bring into this team now, is just trying to focus on each ball, each session, you know, each game, not look too far ahead. If we just continue to do the right things, good stuff here at practice, the way we play, the way we turn up, and how we play at each game, then the results will take care of themselves, and we won't have to worry about that, and it'll be all good. So I think we've got lots of work ahead, but it's exciting, and we should be really looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Well, Dane, huge congratulations to that win at Leicester. All the very best luck for this upcoming Blast spot, and we'll look forward to catching up with the Merchant Taylors, I guess, after the next 2 home ones here.
So looking forward to it.